Me, I'm gonna fail. Like, I'm about to fail this class, so what are you gonna do? What's up, guys? It's your boy Thurslie, and I'm back with another video. Before we get into this video, if you are new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that every time I drop a new video, you're gonna be the first ones to know. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. We're on the road to 500. Share this video to your friends, family, and anybody you could think of, and let's get this channel going. In today's video, I'm going to give you guys a recap of my first semester of nursing school. Well, technically, whatever. So I'm a transfer student. I was already in another school under the nursing program. Something had happened, and I ended up transferring. So now, instead of me being a junior, I am now a sophomore, kind of 1 year behind, but we're still on the same track. So I am in the regular 4-year BSN program, and it's, well, like I said, it's technically my first semester actually doing nursing courses and stuff. And to be honest, guys, this first semester was such a rough semester. Like, it just came in and hit me. Like, you know, when you hit somebody with a textbook, it just came in and bopped me. Like, I was not expecting such a change in a way. Like, it's been really tough. What I saw from, like, what I've experienced, it was, yeah. So if you guys are planning on going to nursing school, just know that you have to make so much sacrifices. Like, there's times you won't be able to talk to your friends. You're gonna have to put that phone somewhere behind, and like, or tell your parents to hide it or something, just so you could focus on the course work. And honestly, you guys, I'm going to tell you that since we are in COVID and everything is virtual, it added an extra layer to the challenges. Like, it was just so tough. Like, more stress was put on you. For example, like, our exams are online, but we had to download this this application. I think it's called what, Respondus or something like that, onto our computers and stuff. So they technically watch you, and while you're taking the test, they watch you. And I believe like they caught a couple of students, you know, cheating throughout the exams and stuff. And it's like it puts like another pressure on you, because, you know, it's like you're being watched compared to, you know, how the classroom setting would be during the exam. It's not like that. It's like if you do one move, it like alerts the system. But in regards to the whole flow of the semester, I started in August, and I'm not gonna lie, I almost failed a class by if I didn't pull through the last couple of weeks. When I tell you I hit rock bottom, I just started stressing out. It was just like, I don't know, I didn't want to talk to nobody. I felt like I was just sinking. Like, I was trying to do everything that I can. But let's start off from all the way at the beginning. So I took 5 classes this semester. The first semester I took health assessment practicum, which we had to go to the simulation lab for that. Health assessment practicum, nursing theory. I think it was just like, that class was just, I don't know. Nursing theory, we were just learning about the different theorists and the theories, all the foundational stuff, I guess. What else did we took? We took pathophysiology and health informatics, something with informatics, something like that, which is like, I guess it's just learning the technical part, the computer tech savvy stuff when it comes to nursing, like how to use the EHR, how to chart, and all those other. That class, I felt like it was actually a waste of my money, but it is what it is. But we used something called ATI, which I'm pretty sure majority of nursing schools use. We used ATI to do modules, which I also feel like is a waste of money. We're paying like $400 something. We have this, I still have this this big old box that came, like I showed it in the previous video. It came with a whole bunch of books and stuff that honestly we did not even use at all. Like, ATI, we were just doing them, and they were not even worth that much. Oh gosh, it's dusty. That's how you know this box is just sitting here. But ATI, we just do the modules, and we had to do something called EHR tutor. Sorry for the dust. EHR tutor to like but honestly, I feel like ATI was just a waste, because the stuff we were learning, I mean, it helped in a sense, but it actually was like nothing correlated when it came to our exams. Our exams were all I think our exams were made all together by the professors, but yeah, we'll get to that in a bit. So health assessment and all, just the only thing we had to go to the lab, the simulation lab, was health assessment practicum, where we had due to COVID, they split us into 2 groups. So one would go in the morning, so lab is from 8:30 to 2, I think. Yeah, so they split a group that would go from 8 to 11 or 10 something, and then the next group would go from 12 to 2, I think, or 11 to 2, something like that, just so they could clean up in between. So I was a part of the 8 to 2 group. No, 8 to, what am I saying? 8 to 11 group, which I had to wake up in the morning, early in the morning. I actually liked that, so I could come home early. But it felt like, while we were learning the stuff, it felt like we didn't have a lot of time to actually practice on the mannequins, and honestly, it was pretty exciting. That was something exciting that I couldn't wait for, like to actually be practicing on the simulation mannequins and stuff. But we actually didn't really do as much. We did, but we didn't. So health assessment is basically we use this book for health assessment. Is basically all of the systems. We're learning about all of the systems and how to assess a patient prior to them coming to the hospital or whatever facility they're coming in, any healthcare facility they come in for, whatever the reason may be. So we just go over the all the different systems. So this is what is kind of contained in here, like what we need to look out for. But yeah, like we learned all the different techniques and stuff about how to assess a patient. Like, let's say a patient comes in, like they're complaining of shortness of breath. We would have to learn how to, the placements, how to this is my stethoscope right here, how to place a stethoscope, like the parts of the heart we have to go, like this top, what the top of the heart is and what the bottom. Actually, I'm always confused, like which one is the bottom. No, yeah, this is the bottom of the heart. I think it's, no, I don't know. Honestly, I just know that the right here is S2 and this is S1 sounds. So we have to learn all of this stuff, as well as how to listen to breath sounds and stuff like that. And that's all we practiced that in lab. But the lecture part, let me tell you guys about the lecture part. This is the class I actually almost failed in. So in that class, our professor was just so like, I'm just, oh my god, she was just so like not into it. She would just strictly read off of the PowerPoints without even like going into depth and stuff. We don't get reviews in the sense, well, the reviews that she would give us would not really correlate to anything about the exam. Maybe like one little bit in here and there that may come in, but everything we had to do on our own. We had to do everything. Like, that was one thing that I was kind of upset about, because there was actually not as much guidance was given to us. Like, we would be emailing, like we were just left, like, it was like, you know what, we're just gonna do whatever we have to do, and if they don't want it, then we could vouch something out there later, because nobody's getting back to us. Nothing is, very unorganized. That was one thing I'm upset about. So I'm hoping for this spring semester coming up, they get their act together. But this class is the class that I almost failed. So what had happened was, the first exam I did okay. I passed the minimum. The second exam, boop, went down. And at that point, I think I had got an email from the department, was like, oh, I'm in jeopardy of failing the course. And I'm like, what can I do? So in that class, we took we had 3 exams plus the final, so that's 4 in total. But we what did we do? I kind of forgot. But yeah, we had lectures every Wednesday. Yeah, I think it was every Wednesday. No, Wednesday? Yeah, every Wednesday from 9 to 1 o'clock. So we took and out of nowhere, we had to take a remediation exam. Not a remediation exam, something about ATI for anatomy and physiology. Mind you, I took anatomy like in 2018. Like, we had no review or nothing. Like, how would we know what to do, honestly? So we took that exam. Majority of the cohort failed. So what we had to do was a remediation, and that remediation is where we basically, the test results give us the whole parts that we missed, and what we had to do was get this sheet from ATI and fill out the sheet. We had to go over the concepts, the rational and stuff like that, and I had to do 38 topics. And you know what they told us? They gave us the results that week. They said in 2 weeks we had to do it. Mind you, and within that 2 weeks we had like 2 exams coming up, papers. It was so hard to balance. And what had happened with me was I ended up submitting it. I submitted it on time, and my professor wants to give me a 0. So I'm like, why did I get a 0? And she tells me I submitted it late. I'm like, well, the department said this date, but you said this date, so I followed the department's date, not your date. And she was telling me, oh, I should have said something earlier if that was the case. I'm like, what? So what I did, because when it comes to my grade, I do not play. What I did was I went above her, and I'm like, you know what? This is the case. This is what she said. I sent copies of the email and everything. Within the next 2 hours, she knew better. She changed that grade. But my grade had dropped from, I was already at like a 70 something, and my grade dropped to like a 69. And after she put in those points, my grade, from what it was like another point down. So I'm like, what's going on? And nothing was getting done. So I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I'm just gonna work my best to ace this test. So when it came to her exams, honestly, what I did was luckily I made friends. I had to create my own study guide. So I had to create my own study guide, and like we all would partner up. And these are some of the key points of the chapters that we had. Some of the key points of the chapters that we had, and our exams were like 4 chapters. The first 2 exams was like 4 chapters. The third exam was a whole 10 chapters. Tell me, how did I pass? I don't know, but thank you, God. That third exam, I made my mom hide my phone, put my phone on D&D. I just zoned everything out and just did what I can. And luckily, what happened? Luckily, I got an 80 something. But at that point, my grade did not go up as much as I wanted. The course that I'm in, we need a 77 or higher. So I'm at a 78. The thing I hate about this stuff is like when your grade goes down and you do well on an exam or something, your grade is like just 1 point up when you do it, and it's kind of annoying. But luckily I passed. And for health assessment practicum, we only had a midterm and a final, which was, since we what had happened was we started going to lab, and then out of nowhere somebody caught COVID, but not in my group, and we had just shut down, went virtual. So we had to wake up at 8 and stayed all the way to 2 on that Zoom. And what we had to do for our final and midterm was actually record a video. We had a set time of the video. We had like 20 minutes to do. So the midterm was an assessment on I think 4 of this, what systems. We had to do the cardiovascular system, the gastrointestinal, the respiratory, and what else? Yeah, I think it was only those 3 systems in general survey, which the general survey is basically asking the patient questions. So this was like our format we had to follow. So I had to just practice by myself, and luckily my sister was available and I did the video. So for those 2 class, and then we had to basically write a script. So which one? Yeah, this is the first one. So this is my script that I actually wrote, and I had to read the script to make it stick in my head and do it. And then for the final, it was like, this was the final, and then Basically, this one we had to do it in under 15 minutes, and we were like, how are we gonna do it under 15 minutes? But everybody's like over 20 minutes, and he actually accepted it. And this was the script that I had to read for the final for that class. So for the health assessment, back to the regular health assessment, I did everything that I can. I'm emailing the professor, I'm emailing the directors and stuff, like, what else can I do to raise my grade? And she just gives me an answer like, well, your grade is what your grade is. I'm like, ma'am, I'm gonna fail. Like, I'm about to fail this class. So what are you gonna do for me? Like, give me options. Like, they don't give it. It's like, at this point, it's the final. Whatever it is, I have to do well on that final. So what I did, I took, and that final was 20 chapters. I took all of my study guides and crammed them all together. And my other friends, we all got on. We went on Zoom, reviewed and reviewed and reviewed. I passed the class with a 9. I passed that final for health assessment with a 92. How? I don't know. But luckily, I guess everyone was at a point where they were failing in that class. I think they kind of tweaked the exam a little bit to kind of make it straightforward, because they were kind of I mean, it was confusing, but they kind of made it straightforward. And when I tell you, I'm looking at these exam, I said click, 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 click. That final was like 2 hours. I finished within an hour. That's how I knew everything, almost everything that was on there. If I missed something, it was probably because of a misreading, or I kind of got confused on that question. And I passed that class with a 80 something. Oh my God. When I see C's, I just, C's get degrees, but that's from my standards, I don't do C's. But I went from a C- and pulled through to that B+. And all the other classes, honestly, were just strictly papers. In my physiology class, we had our exams online, but we also had other resources to kind of help us with these exams. But that class we weren't watched, and the other 2 classes were mainly papers and discussion boards. And I passed my first semester with all A's in that 1 B. How did I do it? By the grace of God, I guess, but I don't know, and I am proud of myself. And if you guys, are looking to go into the program, just know that if I can do it, you can do it. It's gonna be challenging. There's a lot of stuff that you're just gonna have to, say goodbye to, put it on pause. But honestly, you're gonna hit rock bottom sometimes. You're gonna tear up sometimes. You're gonna feel like, you just want to rip your heart out. You're gonna feel all of these stuff. But just know that when I have these feelings, what I put in my mind is, all I say to myself is, at the end, there's gonna be a big reward. Just know that at the end, you're going to be that nurse that you want to be. So I'm kind of dreading this second semester coming up, because I know it's gonna be even harder, which I have to take pharmacology, which is hard. You need to be really focused. Pharmacology, geriatrics, which is the elderly. Pharmacology, geriatrics, fundamentals of nursing, fundies. So those are the 3 classes I'm taking this the spring semester, plus fundamentals practicum. If you're going into this program, please be very organized. Like, get yourself some flashcards. I recommend getting those different colored pens to kind of like set out different topics, because I do well with colors. I'm a visual learner. The colors, the images, and I like mechanical pencils. I don't know, whatever you guys use, pens, mechanical pencils. But I do recommend highlighters, the different colored, like the gel pens, the index cards. Definitely get a planner, although it's going to be hard to keep up with. So for any of my future male nurses, or any males that are thinking about becoming a nurse, while it's kind of like a female dominant profession, there is quite a need for nurses, especially male nurses right now. So the call for male nurses are high right now within this field. So I would say, break some barriers. Like, You know, it's not just for females. We also could step up to the plate and partake within this field as well. So definitely to all my males out there who are thinking about joining this pursuing a career in the nursing field, go for it. We are needed. Just like the females are needed, we are needed. These are some tips in a review of my first semester, so I'm hoping for the best in this spring semester. If you guys like this video, make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up. Leave some comments down below, and if you are a student who has any questions, definitely leave some comments and I'll do my best to answer. Share this video to your friends, family, anybody you could think of. And if it's your first time once again on the channel, hit that subscribe button if you like my content, and make sure post notifications are on. And until next time, it's your boy Third signing out. See you guys on the next video.